Hi everyone. First I'll start with a cat update. Xena, the oldest. What is she? 14 years, and she's still walking. She's still got her one monotone meow. It's the same meow for everything. Meow, meow. And so a big thing happened in cat world, which is like I changed something that she's been doing for quite a while now. So like when I feed them 3 days, 3 days, I feed them 3 times a day of that fucking wet food that I guess cats have to have instead of just hard food. So they have a table that they eat at. They got their names on it. It's a whole thing. In case this is the first time anybody has heard of that table, um, my wife and one of my nieces made it like a little over a year ago for the cats. And so Bitchy, Xena, we call her Bitchy. So Bitchy's been eating up on the island with her own, just by herself. She's far, far away from the other cats, which is usually how she likes it. Um, and I decided, you know what, like this lady has some arthritis in her old bones, and I don't like that she keeps jumping up on the island and keeps jumping down. And I can tell that like it hurts her because like she walks with a slight limp anyways, but I can tell, and she does it anyways. Um, so I took her spot away from the island and I covered it with stuff. Basically, it took her about 4 or 5 days, which is a short amount of time. I thought it was going to take a lot longer for her to realize that she's not eating up on the island anymore. She's eating down at the table with the minions, like you know, the cats that she doesn't want to be around. And I don't know, like I'm very proud of her because so the three boys, they know where to go, they know where to sit, they do it all the time, and she refuses to play that game. She's like, I'm imagining if I were her, I would be like, I'm too fucking old for me to sit for my food. You better just fucking feed me. So there's this chair, this like, I don't know, nice comfy chair I sit in to monitor the kids eating because I believe in fairness even for animals, and I do not like it when one cat tries to steal food from the other cat's bowl. And Phil is a big one for that. He's a bowl checker. And even before cats have walked away from their bowls, he's like, I'm done. What's everybody else got? And he just wants to start eating their food. And I'm like, dude, rude. So, I just like to make sure that that doesn't happen. So Bitchy will jump down. Like she still goes up to the island sometimes, but like the last day or so, she hasn't. She's just like gone to that chair that I sit in, like right in front of the table, and she'll stand there and she'll watch them sit. She'll watch me like serve them. And then I put her bowl down, and then she comes down and she just stands while she's eating. She's a weird little duck, but I love her. And I'm so proud of her for eating at the same table. And, Xena and Phil have a love-hate relationship and they eat right across from each other and it's going just fine. So I'm pretty proud of myself. And anybody that has cats or animals in general and changes up like what they're used to knows what a big deal this is. So, anyways, there's that. For Xena. Well, who's next? Caesar. He's doing very well. Still fluffy, still kicking, still getting his thyroid medication 2 times a day. Um, that little lip incident he had has cleared up, so he's back to normal and nothing really new with that old cat. And then next up is Phil. I just talked about him a little. He's a bowl checker, which there's always one cat that does it, you know? Like when the other ones walk away from their bowls, this one's just like, does anybody have anything left? He's the biggest cat we have because naturally he's supposed to be a bigger cat. But I'm like, I really have to watch him because he just doesn't care. Like him and Apollo are bonded, and he's like, "Give me some of your food now," and just we'll start eating. So, and Apollo's my baby. I can't have that happen. But like other than that, Phil is he's a cantankerous old kitty. Not old, he's young. Me and Alicia were like, we love him, okay? Like I'm not trying to convince myself. I love that cat. I love Phil. He was supposed to be my soul kitty, but that didn't come to be. We just decided that in the future, no more cats that are predominantly white because Phil does have orange on him and quite a bit, but not like, I mean, he's got more white hair than he does like those orange spots on him. And I don't know. I really think there's something to cat hair color and personality. And like every white cat I fucking met over my life has been just uppity or get away from me. And like whenever I pet pa 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 pa, whenever I pet Phil, um, I would say like maybe 8 times out of 10, he immediately just starts licking the spot that I pet him, unless it was on his head. Then he just doesn't like it. But that cat is just like, don't get me dirty. Stay away from me unless I come to you. Like, no more white cats in our future. Because I mean, I love Phil, but I wouldn't want another. I want some Scottish folds in the future. But anyways, he's doing good. And then Apollo, my soul kitty. How much time have I spent on them? Well, they deserve the 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Um, I mean, what can I say about Apollo that I haven't already said? This cat is fucking gold. He's beautiful. He loves me. He follows me everywhere. I'm getting used to it, even in the bathroom. I don't get to go to the bathroom by myself anymore, for real, for real. This is just what he does now. If I get to the bathroom first and I close the door, I'm like, oh, yes, maybe he won't come to the door. And then 5 seconds later, I hear scratches at the door. So I have to open the door and let him in. And I just love that cat so much. So he's doing good. Um, okay, so I have some stuff that I forgot to talk about last time when I was talking about when we went next door to Janice's and we were doing like presents and stuff with her and Nadine. And so one of the things I forgot to mention, because I think I was just, oh my God, my brain has finally started calming down. Um I forgot to say that Janice actually she like knows a little bit about autism, which is weird because she's almost 80 and like she doesn't even like there's a lot she doesn't know. Like I don't mean it to sound weird. That was rude. Uh she just isn't in she doesn't like to learn new thing. Wait, well, that's what she said. She doesn't have any hobbies. She doesn't like read books or anything. I'm just stating what she's told me. And so last time, I don't remember how long ago that was, but I had shared with her that I'm autistic, and she said something that didn't really sit well with me, and I was like, well, that didn't go the way I want it to. She wasn't rude. It just kind of felt dismissive, I think. And so we went next door and we brought my book over because Alicia ordered a copy so we can make sure it didn't look fucked up when people bought it. And we just bought it next door to show her and Nadine because they're like our adopted moms. They're our family. And Janice already knew about it because Alicia still has Facebook and she posted something on there. By the way, if anybody wants to see like what looks like what's inside the book, because Amazon doesn't let me post like a look inside when it's like a paper book. I can't figure that fucking shit out. I have a video if you go on my Substack profile and scroll down a bit. There's a video Alicia did. Uh-oh, my voice. Ugh. Hopefully you didn't hear that. And then on Instagram, I have the video is up there. It's probably easier to find there. In case you're like, do I part with my hard-earned money? When I don't know what's in those books. So, anyways, you can like if you were interested and you're like on the fence about it, or I don't know, maybe go look at it. But what was I saying? Oh, so Janice watched the video that Alicia posted, and I don't know what happened between then and when we went next door because she seems like she had a lot to say. She's like, "It's great that you're autistic. There's nothing wrong with you." Like, where is this coming from? And then she's like, yeah. And like the neighbors across the street, the one lady, she works with autistic kids, and like this one works with autistic kids. I'm like, yeah, so I don't work with autistic kids though, just the adults. And I was surprised. I was surprised by how Well, I don't know how to word it, but I think you might understand what I'm trying to say. It's just weird to hear somebody say nice things to me about being autistic, especially coming from Janice, who is so set in her ways. You know what I mean? Like, I did not see that coming. Not to mention, she's like, I bought your book too. It's on its way. And part of me didn't believe her, even though I know that's rude to say, just because I was like, maybe that's just something nice that people say. Because why would she want to buy our book? Like, she's not autistic. She doesn't have friends who are autistic, as far as I know. So, and then Alicia later told me, well, sometimes, you know, people like to support people. I'm like, okay. But, anyways, so that was one thing. Another thing was, I don't know if it was the alcohol they fed me or what, but Janice was like making, like, she was alluding to how basically she's older and she's lonely, but she's not putting that into direct words. Um, she's like, she dances around it, but I know what she's saying. And I think she's been trying to get me to come visit her for like years now, but we never can agree. Like, she says, come by anytime. This is for like over like the last 12, 13 years. This bitch has been like, come by anytime. And I keep telling her I don't do that. I don't. You tell me come by anytime. I don't work that way. I've tried that in the past. People have said come by anytime, and I do. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, well, you said this. And then it's like, well, is this a real thing? Do people just say this to be polite? Do they actually mean it? And I remember saying some version of that to her, and she's like, well, I'm not like that. And I said, well, I've heard that too a couple of times. So I'd rather just not take my chances. Um, and I had mentioned, like, I like to know when things are going to happen. Um, and I've tried to get her to like commit to like a time or something. She won't do it. She never commits to a specific time. It's always come around or between this time and this time. It's never like I don't get it. Um so we've played this game for like fucking years. And finally she alluded to it again and I was like, "Janice, pick a day and a time. We can do a weekly visit. We know when it's coming. I can, we can look forward to it, blah blah blah." I was like, "Pick a day and time." I didn't think she was going to do it, but she did, and she picked Tuesdays at noon. Um so on one hand, I'm like, "Fucking finally. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for committing to a day and a time because I like to know what's in my future as much as possible." There's a lot that I can't control, but there's a lot that I can. And then the other part of me was like, wait a minute. I just committed to doing this for like the rest of like her life. It could be another 20 years. Because they got really good genes in their family. Like her mom was like 98 before she died. Really good genes. Didn't even like have any health issues until she was like in her 70s, I think her mom. So like they got good genes in that family. But then I was like, wow, so this is a commitment. And then the rest of it dawned on me. Like this lady is like the what is a Don? Is that a mafia boss or something? I've heard that term before. She's like in my opinion, the best way I can put this is like that bitch owns this street. She has been here her entire life. She knows everything about everybody. She knows who drives what car. She knows when something seems off. Like, she knows everybody in the town. Everybody knows her. Like, this bitch is like a big deal. Um, and, uh, so I'm like, and maybe this is part of a self esteem issue, or maybe it's just me trying to, I don't know, understand better. Like, why does she want to meet? Like, not meet. That sounds like an obligation. Why does she want to visit with me? Like, and she's willing to commit to an hour a week. I mean, well, I'm assuming it's going to be about an hour because she knows it's in the middle of my, like when I do work during the day, and so yesterday was the first one. And I had a thing that I had to do at 1, so I was like, "Can I come over at 11:30?" and leave at 12:30 so I can prepare for this thing. And she's like, sure. And so I was like, okay. So I had to set an alarm to wake myself up. Don't like that, but I did it. And I willed my body, wake me up before the alarm, wake me up before the alarm. And the cats did. So thank you. Because, but the alarm still went off. But, anyways, why did I say all that? I don't know. And I was like, what are these visits going to look like? What do I say to her? What do I say to somebody so seasoned? I don't want to say old, even though it's true. And that's just a fact, not to be rude, but how I don't understand what like an almost 70 something late 70s wants to do with hanging out with me. She's lived more. I don't know. It sounds so weird to say this because like when I was like in my 20s, when I thought life was simpler, I didn't have like fucking bills like this. Like I was a kid and I had way more time on my hands. I had neighbors that were older and it would piss me off because nobody really went to go visit them. It's like your parents get old and fuck them, you know? And that never sat right with me. So I would visit them. I liked to learn about their lives. I didn't mind hearing the same story 20 times in a row. It's okay. Like, it was just, I found them like really interesting people and they lived a lot of life, so I wanted to hear what stuff was like back, you know what I mean? It was interesting. And then I kind of stopped doing that for a very long time because work and obligations and then all this other shit. And now I feel like, oh, like I like Janice and she's an interesting person to me and I would like to get to know her more. And so I'm over here strategizing like what kind of questions can I ask her to see if she'll answer about herself, because, I'm not going over every week just to talk about, oh, it's snowing, yay. I don't do that. I'm going to try to like see if I can't like get her to like share stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I probably am, but it's like, why thank you for wanting to see me every week on a schedule where like neither of us can really back out, but can we? I don't know. What does she want to do with me? What time is it? Uh-oh, too long. So yeah, that's my thoughts about this. But so yesterday I go over, it worked out really well. Um, First I went in and she had our fucking book on her table. She did in fact order it. I was like, this is weird. And thank you. Weird. Um, I don't do well like with people doing nice things for me. Anyways, so in an hour, like somebody down at the end of the street that lives next to Nadine, who I also know, was coming by to like pick some stuff up that Janice was donating to some places or whatever. And so I knew I could leave at 12:30 for real, for real. And it was pretty easy to chat. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably going to talk about this more because like I'm committed to this now. And I'm a little nervous because I always feel like with me and Alicia, and this is probably just my shit, I always feel like she favors her more. Not that it's like a competition, but like Alicia's the one that can fix things in her house and install things for her. And like all I can do like is pick things up and put them down. Like that's my skills. I don't install anything. I don't put like ring cameras in or other shit that goes on in a house. I don't fix stuff. My habit over my life has been if it's broke, I toss it and buy something new to replace it. Like, I don't want to deal with something like it's just no. So I gotta move on. I gotta move on. Um, but I'm not regretting this. This is gonna be very interesting because like I love people. I love to like from a distance, but this one won't be from a distance. I want to know like the stuff that she hasn't said before. So like thoughts and prayers, people, that like I can turn our weekly is a meeting at hangout visit, I don't know, into like anyways, I gotta move on. Okay, where am I at? Oh, and so Nadine, if you've listened some episodes back, I mentioned that uh there was a week or so, maybe 10 days, when Alicia stayed over at Janice's house to dog sit. It's Nadine's dog, but it's pretty much their dog because the dog is always at Janice's house. And anyways, well, So Nadine was like, I have an espresso machine. She told me all about this machine. She tried to show me how to use it. And it was like, kind of with the expectation that I'm going to go ahead and use it. And I remember saying to her something like, I'll take a video or a picture and I'll show you that I used it. And that never happened because I was too scared. I don't like using people's shit. I don't want to break it on accident and then be responsible. Like that's been my biggest fear is I don't like to borrow what I perceive to be like expensive, important things that like I could potentially break. I don't know. I just didn't want to do that. So we never mentioned it. And then one of the gifts that they got us was an espresso machine, the exact same kind that Nadine had. So I finally got around to like using it yesterday because it was daunting. It's this big fucking thing, which why are they so big? I don't know. And it's a contraption. Like, what is this? How do I use this? It takes me a long time to try to learn something that I've never learned before. And so like I'll usually just like leave it alone for a week or two and then go to it. And then I figured out how to use it and it was good. Espresso coffee. Espressos, it's like two sips. I don't get it. I like to sip on something longer than that. So there's like espresso coffee because it came with like these pods or whatever. And I was like, ooh, the espresso coffee is good. But anyways, I finally used the machine. So I'm gonna have to let Nadine know. Because I know that that was her idea to get us that. Um, anyways, maybe that doesn't sound very significant, but it is for me. Okay, what's next? Da 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 da. Does anybody so like I'm wondering how the hell do people watch or like watch slash listen to stuff on double speed or really on any speed that isn't normal. Like I hear people talking about like I watch some of these videos and like there's like 3 4 hour long videos about certain things. I want to watch them, but I don't want to watch them for 4 fucking hours. Some of these things. And like I heard somebody mention like I played it on double speed so that I could get through it quicker. And so I tried that. I've never tried that before, but I did and I'll never do it again. It's not natural. That's not how they spoke. That's not how quickly they spoke. That's not even what they really sound like. It's just a fucking chipmunk, you know. I don't fucking know what you're saying. I tried lowering the speed less than that. It still was hard to follow. And then I decided I will never again listen to a speed on anything that isn't natural, that isn't the way it was fucking recorded. Does anybody else feel this way? It's just this thing inside me. Like I don't like listening to things I don't like things that don't feel like real, I guess, or natural, or I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I'd like to know if anybody else feels this way. Um, Also, I'd also like to know if there's anybody out there who's tired of like I'm just frustrated with having to be a peaceful person, especially with what the fuck happened to that lady being shot last week in Minnesota. And I understand that like being peaceful, protesting peacefully, not reacting the way that they fucking want us to. I know this is like very all over the place, but it's my usual episodes. So, um, I get it. I do believe that we should not be starting violence because I do believe that that's playing right into what these fucking evil, disgusting creatures want us to do. But at the same time, I am so fucking pissed. It's like, I can somebody not be peaceful? I don't want to say that out loud, but I did. I mean, I'm just so sick of being told, like, be peaceful, be peaceful. Like, it's just like hard to, uh, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to be careful with what I say because I don't want no fucking all I'm gonna say is the first two times they shouldn't have missed. And if you know what I mean, then you know. This is just disgusting. And not to mention, like, it's just, is this really going to be life here in this fucking country for like the next however many years? And everybody's talking about it's gonna be another blue tsunami, like with the midterms. And I'm like, yeah, great. But look at the fucking shit that's happening on a daily basis right in front of our eyes. Are you kidding me? Great, great. Yeah, like in 4 years, like if we can you know, depending on where things are in this fucking country in 4 years, because right now, in my opinion, it doesn't seem like very much is being done. And that's why I'm frustrated. I'm sick of like these fucking court processes taking forever. And for people in higher positions do in fact have the ability to do more, and they're not. There are those that are, and I appreciate that, but there are also people who aren't. Like what the fuck? Um God, like that video was so sad. And because the lady got, for anybody who doesn't know, and it's surprising to me if you haven't heard about it, but I understand if you're in a different country than America, but some lady got shot 3 times in the face as she was pulling away from an ICE motherfucker. He like went right up to the window, shot her 3 times in the face in front of her partner. And I can only imagine how that partner must be feeling. She must be feeling like pretty guilty because she said some shit to like one of the officers before she got in her car. And you know what? Like, she didn't say anything I wouldn't have said. That's not like, what the actual fuck? She was just exercising her First Amendment right and speaking and saying how she thought. And like, they take it out and like murder her partner in front of her. Like, what the fuck? Evil, disgusting creatures. And, God. So, like, I see stuff like that, and then I hear we must stick together and be peaceful, and like, I'm so mixed on this. I don't feel violent, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna go out and punch somebody. I don't feel the need to do that. I just feel frustrated with how long it's taking to make more progress. So, anyways, moving on from that, um, so snow. Let's talk about snow now. I know, weird pivot, but so all the snow that we had is melted now pretty much. And we're getting like more snow over the next couple of days. There's like another system moving in that's going to dump like uh several inches, maybe a foot. And like, I just wanted to say I'm so excited because like since the snow has been melting and the temperatures have been like a lot better, like in the 40s, I hear people outside and it is annoying. Oh, I can't wait one day to just live in like the woods or some shit. I don't know. I probably wouldn't, but to not live around people. And like I hear children outside like gleefully like yay running up and down the, oh, shut the fuck up. Sorry for those of you who love kids and have them. I don't like kids. I don't like hearing people outside. I like it when like the weather's bad and you have to be inside and I don't have to hear you or see you. I'm just like I'm just a bitch like that. I don't know. So I am so happy that more snow is coming. So happy. Um, Also, I'm addicted to nerd clusters. You know, like those gummies with the nerds on the outside. What a brilliant idea. Whoever the fuck invented that. I love like gummies and I love nerds. And they married them. And you know what? Thank you. So every time I go to a store, except the ones that charge $5 fucking for a bag of nerd clusters that I can get for less than $2 at the dollar store, I get a bag. And wait, didn't I talk about this before? Where I'm having like nerd cluster poos, or is that another? You know, it's probably candy in general. This is not like good. Let me see. I have a bag here. Let's see. Corn syrup, sugar, water, dextrose, gelatin, citric acid, modified food starch, ew, malic acid, oil, DL malic acid, pectin, sodium citrate, natural and artificial flavors, gum arabic, carnauba wax. Like, you know you're stuck when you can't like pronounce things. And then the fun little poisonous creatures, red 40, yellow 5, lake, yellow 5, blue 1. And I know some of you out there are like, don't eat that fucking poison. But I also know there's others out there that are like, yeah, I'm eating some right now. And you know what? Explain why I don't like to drink anything artificial, but I sure as fuck will eat it if it's candy. I don't know. Gonna eat you soon. Oh, I wish I didn't say that. And then, anyways, one final thing. I am finally caught up with like my routines after the holiday, whatever the fuck that was. I don't feel as crazy in my head. I feel like I'm back on track. And I don't care what anybody says about like people being rigid or something because they stick to their routines. Like, I need my routines to tell me what to do throughout the day. So I'm not sitting here like, what do I do now? It's no different to me than when I went to an actual job and I knew I had a schedule. This is what I'm going to be doing at this time. It's no different to me. It's the same thing. It's just I'm doing it at home, and it's Wednesday currently, and I am caught up with what I need to do, which means like I can start working on the extra shit that I keep talking about, like formatting those public journals and getting the new one on. And I feel really good about where I am in my head right now. I thought Monday was gonna come and I was like, okay, like Alicia took Monday and Friday off for like 2 weeks in a row. So it fucked with my routines because I'm used to being alone 5 days a week. And so having her here, like, as weird as it sounds, it does mess me up a little bit. And that's maybe for another episode. It's not her, but anyways, I'll talk about that maybe another time if I remember. Who knows? Um, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, so Monday I still felt behind. Yesterday I felt like I was starting to finally catch up, and then today it's like afternoon and I feel like I'm back on track with like I feel great in my mind. That's all I wanted to say. Is I feel my head feels great right now. Maybe in an hour that'll change, but I'm gonna end this now, and I hope that there was something autistic in here that you can relate to. And thank you guys very much for the messages and all the support and la la la. And please check out my links in wherever you find the description for this episode. And there's I can't get I'm not good at this promotion stuff, so I'm okay. Oh, half an hour. If you listened this far, thank you. And goodbye.